back. It was Jamie Lynn Spears, pregnant at the age of 16. Nickelodeon career down the drain. I mean, we've heard this kind of thing over and over and over and over again, and quite frankly, I'm sick of it. I mean, I wish Entertainment Tonight would get something more interesting to talk about. Yeah, Men in Black 3 drops on the 25th of this month. Talk about that a little bit more. Do some interviews with people like Will Smith and cast members of Men in Black. This is the first Men in Black in about 15 years. Talk about that. Talk about G.I. Joe dropping on the 27th of June with Dwayne Johnson playing Roadblock. Talk about things that are actually beneficial to fans of entertainment. I mean, yeah, Jessica has a lot of fans, has a tremendous fan base, millions of followers on Twitter, millions of fans on Facebook. Her website receives millions of hits a day, jessicasimpson.com, always revamped, always changed, but, you know, the same kind of thing is always talked about. I mean, why? Why do you always stalk Twitter? Why do you always keep yourself updated on this kind of thing? If it's not, you know, an entertainment news program, it's an entertainment news website. Stalking the celebrity on Twitter. I mean, for Christ's sake, I mean, yeah. I mean, certain things are just talked about over and over again, and I'm just sick of it. And I want to know what your opinion is. I mean, do you think this Jessica Simpson thing has been over-publicized? Do you think it's very unnecessary? Tell us. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube is how you get a hold of us. As I mentioned, we have Jessica Simpson's song, Come On Over, from her country album, lined up for you after the break. You know, I think she's done a lot, and I think this pregnancy thing is just another way for her to receive publicity. Everything she has done, she has received publicity for. No doubt she will be in movies after she gets back in shape. She's already got something put in place to get her body back after getting pregnant. It's crazy. I mean, every little detail has been thrown in about this Jessica Simpson thing. Why she's 9 days late, how she's giving birth to the kid, how she plans to get back in shape after giving birth. I mean, it's insane. It's crazy how she's not going to name her child anything outrageous, although it remains to be seen. I think she'll have a very authentic and very different name for the child, yes, because Jessica Simpson seems to be a, you know, decorative person and someone who has an unbelievable personality, so I would imagine she's going to name her child something innovative, but something not outrageous. And the reason I say that is, I've always given Jessica credit for not changing her image. She is one of these celebrities who has done everything, yes, and received an incredible amount of publicity. But one of the things I give her credit for is not changing her image outrageously. She's not another Britney Spears. She's not another Lindsay Lohan. She's someone who has kept the same image for the last 15 years. So that leads me to believe she's not going to name her child anything outrageous, and she kind of separates herself from a lot of celebrities. Celebrities kind of go with what's new, go with a kind of fashion that's in. She kind of tries to be different, and definitely with her Louis Vuitton type of style and her charismatic attitude, she has definitely separated herself from a group of celebrities that will never be the same again. She will always be the same Jessica Simpson, and in my opinion, she's the same Jessica Simpson she was when she was 16 years of age and got her first record deal. She hasn't changed one bit, and that's what I give her a tremendous amount of credit for. And that's what leads me to believe that she will not be like other celebrities who have given birth. She will not be like the Hillary Duffs of the world that had a recent story posted on MSN.com about herself. She will not be like the Lindsay Lohans of the world. She will be different from that kind of thing. And I think that, yeah, it's only a matter of time before she ends up on the headlines of MSN.com, but hopefully it'll be in a good way. Now, you have these websites like PerezHilton.com that will always criticize Jessica Simpson, always post something of hilarity on their website in the form of a photo or a video, but that's because they're a son of a bitch that want to put themselves over the top and be known as the guy who publicized the article. I want you to take away from this YouTube channel something different from anything else you've heard. Take away from the show, if anything, that I support Jessica Simpson in this kind of thing. I support celebrities who have been criticized and crucified for, you know, the smallest little things and smallest little details. and I do wish her all the best in dealing with this kind of thing, and that's why I've talked about Jessica's pregnancy before for a past video archive here on the YouTube channel at youtube.com JonathanClarke22, because I support her, and I don't think that criticism should follow Jessica everywhere she goes. Not just Jessica, but Lindsay Lohan. Yeah, Lindsay Lohan's going to be on Glee, but does it need to receive a 30-second news headline on a show like ET.com or ET's actual show that airs on a nightly basis? It doesn't need to be happening. This kind of thing doesn't need to be happening. I mean, Entertainment Tonight are becoming just as big as sons of bitches as TMZ or Perez Hilton here recently, because they won't leave well enough alone. And I'm not really blasting Entertainment Tonight, and I do give them credit for being one of the best entertainment news programs in the world. But if they keep doing this kind of thing, they're going to keep receiving negative publicity and negative criticism, and I'm going to give E.T. that negative criticism they deserve. They just won't leave certain things alone. I mean, I'm sick of hearing about different situations time and time again. And if it's not a situation, it's an update on a situation from 6 months ago. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, just for the sake of updating us on things that we really don't care about. I mean, I would venture to say about 75% of the people that watch Entertainment Tonight every single week don't care about Jessica being pregnant. It's just kind of there. It's kind of one of those things that you just turn on the show and it's the top headline. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, leave her alone. The girl's giving pregnancy, and yeah, I mean, she's 9 days late. I mean, it's no big deal at all. I mean, that kind of thing's happened before. You know, we are inviting you on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube to tell us what you think of the pregnancy of Jessica Simpson. Do you agree with the publicity that she's been receiving? Do you think it's more negative than positive? Do you think it's more positive than negative? Do you think this kind of thing should be happening? Do you think that certain restrictions should be put on websites like Twitter and Facebook to prevent this kind of thing from happening? Tell us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube what you think. Tell us what you have seen. From what you have seen, do you think this kind of thing is justifiable? Let us know. Because I really don't know. I just want to let y'all know that I support Jessica Simpson. I've talked about her before here on the show. I will continue to talk about her here on the show, and I will continue to support her. I have nothing bad to say about Jessica Simpson, because I was always a fan of Jessica Simpson ever since she was 16 or 17 years of age. I was always a fan of her, and I always enjoyed her presentation and her type of style. It was very different from anything else I've heard or seen when it comes to the world of entertainment. And, you know, yeah, I would pay money to see her because I think she's worth that kind of thing. But when you always see her surrounded with negativity that she doesn't deserve, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I go on PerezHilton.com. I'm always reading about Jessica Alba and Castle Warren. I'm always reading about Jessica Simpson divorcing this one, or getting into an argument with this one, or posing nude for Ella. I mean, it's crazy. Just because she posed nude for a magazine, Ella, she receives publicity. I mean, I really don't know what to say about it. I mean, the smallest little thing talked about from here to the ends of the earth is ridiculous. I mean, you need to learn to leave the girl alone. Until the entertainment news programs and the entertainment news websites learn to leave her alone, this kind of thing is going to continue to happen. It's very unnecessary. I don't agree with it, but I know we can't put a stop to it, because tomorrow or the next day you're going to go on PerezHilton.com or TMZ and read the same kind of thing over and over and over again. I mean, yeah, we have more Jessica Simpson fans than we have negative people towards Jessica Simpson. But I think that if those negative people fucked off and left her alone, she could give pregnancy in peace. But until that kind of thing happens, it's never going to happen. You know, there's always going to be people reviewing this kind of thing, and that's why entertainment has been so successful, because wherever something happens, controversy finds a way of associating itself with any kind of event. Here recently I mentioned I go on MSN.com and I read something about Hillary Duff and her son's umbilical cord. I still haven't got all the details down on that one, and I'll probably do a video blog on that too, and my feelings towards that one. And it's only a matter of time before Jessica Simpson ends up as a top headline on MSN.com. Every day you're reading about a celebrity making the headlines on MSN.com, which is the biggest website you could have a headline of yourself posted on. I mean, even Miley Cyrus herself commented on how quickly she's ended up as the top headline on MSN.com. This kind of thing happens all the time for these celebrities, and I think that if we didn't give them so much attention, we would at least bestow a bit of privacy that they once lost back into their life. And I think every celebrity deserves a certain degree of privacy that they're not receiving. And this pregnancy thing with Jessica Simpson has gone beyond an invasion of privacy. It has gone beyond anything that I could ever put into perspective for you here. It is just being gotten carried away with, unfortunately. This is what she's faced with. This is what she's having to deal with. I'm not blaming the entertainment news programs entirely, because I do put a certain portion of the blame on Jessica Simpson and the people who publicize her, especially Twitter and Facebook, for allowing her to do this kind of thing. But, the criticism she's receiving is absolutely uncalled for, and if you are one person who has criticized her for the situation she's found herself in, that sometimes are her fault. Everything that happens to her sometimes isn't the fault of, the paparazzi or the websites. Sometimes it's her fault for posting the photos or talking the way she has been on Twitter. I mean, yeah, she's a proud mother. I mean, she wouldn't be proud if she was posing nude in magazines. I mean, if she was posing nude in magazines, that should have been a surefire indication that she was proud. I'm not saying she's a proud mother, but it's insane. Tell us what you think. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube is how you do it. I'm going to be very interested in hearing what you fans of our show and our video blogs have to say about this kind of thing, because it's just ridiculous. I just wish certain aspects of entertainment would learn to leave well enough alone. And I would venture to say we are far way away from finding a point of resolvement for this kind of thing, because tomorrow or the next day, next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, the same kind of thing is going to continue to happen. I'll give it about 3 weeks, and I'll be surprised if Jessica Simpson is in the top headline on MSN.com. That's the prediction I am making. 3 weeks from tonight, we will see Jessica Simpson as